Hello and welcome to another exciting episode of The Influence Show. Today, my guest is someone that I say wears two completely different hats. And she's going to be telling us all about herself. She's a public health practitioner, but an artist as well. How interesting could that be? And very soon she'll be introducing herself to tell us more about what she does. Once again, The Influence Show is proudly sponsored by Kente Master. Okay, so let's get into it. Princella, you are highly welcome.
Thank you. Thank you very much for having me on the show.
Awesome. How are you doing?
I'm all right. Just a bit chilly right now.
I can imagine. When I checked the temperature, it was actually minus 4 degrees.
Yeah, it's getting cold
which
these
is
days.
crazy.
Yeah.
I hope you can cope. So let's get started. Can you tell us a bit about yourself, what you do, basically?
Yeah, so my name is Princella Serapina. I'm Ghanaian, born and raised. I've been trained to be a medical doctor, but I'm currently practicing in public health as a research associate at the University of Nottingham. And when I'm not nerding away doing research, I am an artist, a visual storyteller. My medium is digital art and embroidery.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. That's the story about me.
So incredible.
Yeah.
Because I can imagine studying to be a medical doctor, of course, that is intense. And people who have been in med school will definitely tell you. And then art as well also really requires some dedication. So
Definitely.
How are you able to combine that, being a public health practitioner, researcher and all that, and then doing art?
It definitely hasn't been easy balancing both of them, because especially for the fact that I started doing art while I was in medical school, third year of medical school, and It was a 6-year course. So I had to, from the start, learn about prioritizing, discipline, having self-discipline, planning my life around what is important to do, like deadlines and things of that sort. Mm-hmm. So Google Calendar has been my bestie, time blocking. And basically, I'm still figuring it out, but I think having a structure for your day or planning out the things that are most important to do is what has helped me so far. And yeah, that has been how I've been managing. I'm winging it.
Amazing. And I can imagine how tedious that could definitely be. But let's take it back a bit.
Okay.
This whole art thing, how did it all start? For someone who was pursuing medicine and probably growing up, you were interested in science and all that. How did this whole art thing start?
It's very interesting because I've always had interest in creativity of some sort, whether dressing up or art, fashion, and all of the things. But I've also had a deep passion for helping people feel well, like medicine, and I've been interested in being a doctor. It was part of my interest. But somewhere along the line, during the tough medical school studies, I decided that I needed something else to do. Because when you're in medical school, you're always reading books and studying. So I decided to have a hobby or something of the sort. And it turns out that what started as a hobby, like drawing and painting, actually became a serious passion.
Wow.
And I found myself having to juggle both of them. So I did complete medical school. I did all the 6 years. And I also grew my art business during that period. And that's what I've been continuing till now. So I hope I've answered your question.
Yeah, definitely. and that is really interesting to hear. In fact, growing up, I actually wanted to be a medical doctor myself.
Yeah.
That didn't happen, unfortunately. I ended up being in business. But of course, I still share that passion in health and stuff. And I do understand you could sometimes have interest in other things. And it's interesting seeing how you've translated your interest in creativity into starting something in art, which was more like a hobby, but now
started as a hobby.
It's beginning to grow, become a business and all that. That is really great. Thank you. Okay, so in terms of the art, you said you started as a hobby. Okay, but looking at what you've been creating, I follow you on Instagram, and you are doing amazing.
Thank you.
Did you undertake any kind of course to develop your skills? So how exactly did you get to develop your skills in art?
A lot of it was self-taught. I did a lot of try and error and exploring. I think I didn't try to limit myself in terms of my creativity. Yes, I've been drawing digitally, but I've also tried drawing on paper, painting, and lots of other ways that I could express my creativity.
Great.
Some of it is also learning from YouTube. If I see a video on Instagram and I feel like, hey, I can do that, I'll find a video on YouTube that teaches people how to do that. YouTube has been my go-to teacher.
Nice.
But when I came to the UK, I, funny enough, signed up for a short course at NTU.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was the art school experience.
Great.
So over there, they also taught you through the different disciplines in art. I remember them, some of the things they taught us was ceramics, I think painting, the basics, painting, drawing, and there's also one with wires, ink work, watercolor gouache, all those things. And I just let myself explore at the very early stages.
Wow.
And all of that has informed my growth and my approach to making art.
Wow, that is really great. And I mean, look at the fact that you were able to actually put some dedication into this, taking courses which have really helped you, and looking at what you're doing, that is so amazing. I'm really impressed by what you're doing. Doesn't mean that, I mean, as young people, we shouldn't try to limit ourselves in terms of probably the field we've studied in, but we could always try to explore other areas.
Yeah, I would advise you to be very open-minded and if something is sparking your interest, pursue it to the end. I wouldn't say you should box yourself and pursue it to the end, and then you can judge whether it's for you or if it's not for you.
Okay, fantastic, great advice. Thank you very much. The next thing, in terms of a piece, I'm seeing something very amazing over there.
Do you want me to grab it now?
Yes. Do you want to grab that and tell us about this piece you've made, but also generally, basically, what inspires your pieces and what have you created so far?
Okay, I would say the number one underlying tone from all of my artwork is my relationship with God. I take that very seriously, and that is the start of my inspiration. And that's actually the basis for this painting as well. I was at a point where there was so much information, I was confused about a lot of things. And one Bible verse that came to mind was Philippians 4:18. I would like to grab it, and I don't know if I can pull it out and read Philippians.
Yeah, that's fine.
But it basically speaks about being careful about the thoughts that you let into your mind, and being sure that you are not entertaining things that are damaging to your spirit, damaging to your soul, and basically filtering your thoughts. And that is why I have pictured here a lady with her eyes closed, and the background is warm and green, signifying growth and a well-watered garden, sort of. And it's in my work, it's important for me to have women of color, Black women represented, because there's not much representation like that in the art space. So I made sure to have those features, her curly hair and jewelry. I love gold jewelry, and especially coming from Ghana, we love gold.
Exactly.
So that's
the Gold Coast.
Yeah, that is something that I wanted this piece to have.
Yeah. This is really amazing. This is beautiful.
Thank
Especially
you.
again to understand what it means, the background behind the whole art and stuff. Yeah. But what other pieces have you created so far?
A lot.
Okay. You want to take us through? Yes, sure. You can just drop that.
I've been recently exploring things that have themes that have to do with identity, resilience, and basically empowering yourself. Okay. And on my Instagram is where I post most of my artwork. So if you go through there, you'd see mostly things that are uplifting, encouraging, especially for women of color, Black women.
Fantastic.
I like to use myself as my muse and also like the people around me, like to encourage and inspire and bring out like positivity into the world, using them as my muse.
That is really great. As you were just speaking, I just thought of an idea because, I mean, we have a number of initiatives meant to empower women, especially women of color, and all that. And I feel that this could actually fit in there somewhere, being able to use your art as a medium, being a part of some of these initiatives. And that brings me to my next question. Okay, so have you done any kind of exhibitions, or basically even moving forward, how is the future looking like? What are you trying to do? Where are you trying to go with your art?
Okay, so this art piece that I just showed you was exhibited in Italy.
Wow.
Yeah, in Palazzo Bembo in 2022.
That's incredible.
And the experience for me has been great. So I spent the last 2 years really redefining my message and my tone and like the art that I make. I've recently started embroidery. If you go on my page, everything is there. So
I've seen that.
As a medium, that's also something I'm exploring. So having gone through that phase of identifying myself and my message, this year I plan to apply to a lot of exhibitions and take part in exhibitions all over the world, and also in the UK especially, because I'm trying to break into the fine arts art space. So you'll be seeing me a lot this year popping up in various exhibitions.
That's great. And
God willing.
I can't wait to see. Just invite me. I'll be there.
Sure.
At those exhibitions.
Yeah.
But I mean, of course, I know it started as a hobby, but now you are taking this more seriously. Are you currently selling your art? Or what's the plan with that?
I do plan to sell my art. Actually, I have some prints for sale on my website.
Okay.
www.artbyprincella.com.
Fantastic.
I have some prints there for sale, but right now I'm focusing on expanding my body of work, making more work and exhibiting. Then I can have those original works for sale or make prints out of those like embroidery pieces, for example, and then sell on my website. Fantastic.
And you also mentioned something about exhibiting at the London Fashion Week. Do you want to tell us?
It's top secret now.
Top secret.
It's top secret now, yeah.
But yes, just come
when
to
is
London
this going
Fashion
to air?
Week. Come to London Fashion Week and then come to London Fashion Week.
Yeah, there's something coming up in February.
In February. And come and see Princella's works. Yeah. The final question I will ask you, for anyone out there who is interested in art and doesn't know where to start or even what to do and all that, what would you say to them? Again, like explore, like try everything. Maybe you might have passion for painting and drawing, but what are you painting and drawing? You have to experience things. You have to experience stuff to be able to pour it out in your art. So do everything that comes to your mind with caution, of course. Yeah. Explore everything. Like, don't limit yourself. And also, I would always say that go back to the source of creativity, which is God. Mm-hmm. Try to develop a relationship with God. Because for me, that's what also helped me. Like, I have a solid foundation with God, and I feel like most of my inspiration is from the Spirit. I don't just make things, and it's easier creating things when you have all of these things in place. So explore and find, Amazing. Of course, art comes from the heart, and so it's just about exploring that. Your inner self, what lies in your heart and what you want to bring out. And you mentioned that connection with God, of course, which is very, very important. Once again, the Influence Show is sponsored by Kente Master, and we supply amazing Kente products all over the world. Now, coming to Kente, with what you're doing embroidery and all that. Are we going to have any kind of collaboration? Soon? Feel free. I'm very excited to try again to explore how I can use Kente in my work, because I'm Ghanaian. I have pictures of me wearing Kente, and I'm attracted. I love the culture, the rich culture behind the Kente fabric and the print, and it's very interesting that now that I have embroidery as a medium,
I'm very excited to know what kind of stories and what kind of messaging I can make with Kente in my artwork. So yeah, I'm looking forward to collaborations and working with Kente Master.
Amazing, you heard it here first. Collaboration between Art by Princella and Kente Master. Look out for that. All right, so that brings us to the end of today's episode. Thank you once again for watching. Please subscribe to our channel and keep supporting us. Like, share, comment, and catch you on the next episode. Bye for now.